Folks, let me ask you this question. How do you feel the Warriors did this season? Did they overachieve? Right there? Or did they underachieve? As a team, individually, Steph, MVP level, Draymond, Defensive Player of the Year, Jimmy coming over, the whole supporting cast, Quinten Post coming from the G League up to being a contributor in the NBA play-in game. So much to break down on the Warriors season. We have a couple days off before the playoffs start when we go against Houston in Houston. So let's review the Warriors season. We'll break down what the Vegas odds win-loss beginning of the season. We'll break down some key player stats, team stats. If you remember, if you've been here for a long time, I did a win-loss of every game. How did I do predicting how the Warriors would do compared to Vegas? We're going to break it all down on this episode of Warriors Digest. Warriors fans, this is for you, myself, Arthur, the whole team. We're here for your Warriors content news. As a friendly reminder, I graduated from Full Sail University's Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting in Orlando, and I got a job working for Fox, the Sinclair Fox station here in Lincoln, Nebraska, to cover the Cornhuskers. Let's go Big Ten sports, but I got Warriors news for you, and we're going to get to it right now. So let's start with the over-unders. Hawks over-under 37.5, going down and down, blah, blah, blah. Warriors 44.5 wins. Some sites have between 40 and 45, 44.5. Who are we playing? We're playing the Rockets. 51.5. How do Rockets do? Rockets 52 and 30. So they beat them by 1. Warriors 48 and 34. So wherever you look across the internet, when you looked at the over-under for the start of the Warriors season, folks, right here, 44.5, we beat it. That does not happen without Jimmy Butler. Does not happen without Jimmy Butler. We are on a crash course going nowhere after such a great start of the season. So if I put up mine, so again, Warriors fans, what did we do? 48 and 34. I predicted 49 and 33. One game over what we did. Bad loss to Miami. Bad loss to Atlanta. Bad loss to San Antonio. The Clipper losses, beginning of the season, other stuff, middle of the season. So I was pretty dang close, folks. I was above Vegas. I was hoping we would get the 50 wins. I put 49. But hey, folks, you have to admit, I did a pretty good job. If you look here as well, I predicted monthly record. I was right at the start of the season, 4-1. I was right second part of the season, the second month, November 8 and 6. And then that's where the downturn happened. 7-4, I had December, 4-9, and we saw that JK was out, BP was hurt, not playing well. The team started going down. January, we just coasted 8-8. I put us 10-6. February, a lot of away games, but that's when we got Jimmy Butler and everything turned. 8-3, 12-4. 5-3 to start the end of the season. I picked it 5-3 to end the season as well. So I got 3 months on the dot. That's impressive. They 48 and 34. Me 49-31. I had us 29-11 at home. We ended up going 24-17. 24-17 on the road as well. So you know what, folks? Hey, they did a pretty good job. And again, some of mine are off because of the play-in games. You don't know if you're home or away for the home away record. That's why if the numbers don't add up correctly there. But hey, 24-17 at home, 24-17 on the road. This is impressive for this Warriors team because historically, especially that terrible year, we only won like 5 road games all together. So Warriors team, we overachieved. If we look at the Warriors record in the past year, again, you look at this 23-24, you look at last year, we went 46 and 36. Play-in game, lost to the Kings. 26 in conference, 21-20 at home, so we're 3 games better. 25 and 16 away, so a game less. But then this is the season when, folks, we were just terrible on the road. At home, 33 and 8. On the road, could not buy a win ever. 11 and 30, 44 wins. So again, folks, 44 wins. We're the Warriors. 46 wins. So we improved our record with Jimmy Butler by 2 games. And 21-22, of course, is when we won the championship. 53 and 29, 31 wins at home. 22 away. So we have become a better road team with Jimmy, which is great, those non-Steph minutes. And also, folks, again, love the fact that I was pretty dang on with our record coming in. So let's look at individual stats. Shea led the league in scoring at 32.5 points. If you do Steph, 24.5 points. And if you look at where he was throughout his career, let me do stats. Career, 24.5, a bit lower than normal. Since 2019, 2020, and of course, that was the season he got hurt, missed basically the whole season. With Jimmy coming in back half of the season, he didn't need to do as much, which was good. Save his legs. If you look at his minutes played per game, folks, not even in the top, which is great. You see Jimmy here at 31.5, but you don't see Steph, unless I'm wrong. So there you go, Steph, 32.5. Where does that rank him? I shouldn't take this away. Where does that rank him overall in his career? Minutes per game, 32.5. Right on par with last season, below some other seasons. So keeping him a bit fresher. Again, the Jimmy effect back half of the season, keeping him fresh. If you look at his 3-point percentage, where does it rank? His brother, Seth, number one in the NBA, 44.5. Again, how many is he taking? Curry at 40% per game. If you look at his career, 3-point percentage, basically a tiny bit lower than normal, but still, he had those big games, but there were games where he went like 3 of 12, and that isn't something we see crazy amount. You look at his free throw percentage for Steph Curry, led the league, 94%. Expect nothing less. Again, you look at his free throw percentage per game, per career, 93.5. The highest he's had since his second year in the NBA. And that was only 2.5 to 3 game. Here he's doing 4 to 4.5 a game. It's just impressive stuff, folks. Very impressive stuff. Is there anything else that matters here? When you look at games played, we can actually just look at Curry. 70 games played, healthy. Past 2 years has been healthy. Yes, he has a rolled ankle here and there. That happens to him, but relatively staying healthy, which is great to see. You look at the Warriors in general, points per game. You remember the beginning of the season? We started incredibly hot. Incredibly hot. We were the top 3 plus minus. Fell down. 113, lower middle of the pack. Field goals made per game, 40. 5 less than the top. Field goal percentage, not our best suit, even though we're a good shooting team, 45%. 3 points made per game, going to be up there. 15 Celtics with 17 a game. And they also broke the Warriors record for most threes made in the season. 3-point percentage, we're making a lot, but only 36%. So that means that we're putting up a lot of threes a game. And you see that right there, right behind the Celtics, 42. Free throws made, 16. It used to be much lower than that. Again, we were at free throw percentage around 70% before Jimmy, bumped it up 6%. With only like a 30-game sample size, that's a lot to bump up. But you want to be higher up here because we saw those make or break games. Offensive rebounds, as being a small ball team, we were pretty good rebounding offensively, over 10 a game, giving you second chance opportunities. Defensively, middle of the pack, total rebounds because if you put them together, a good rebounding team. Give credit to our guards who are able to help with that. Assists, we always are around the top, right there in top 4. Steals with Draymond, Moody doing some good stuff. Steph gets steals. Buddy did a little bit towards the end. 9.4. Blocks, not our strong suit. Turnovers per game, something I always talk about. 13. Usually we were 16 to 18. That's 3 less opportunities a game at least a team is getting on us. Massive. Massive. And personal fouls per game, you see us right there, 19. So a little bit high on the fouling aspect of it. Look at the opponents. Opponents' points per game, 110. We're scoring 113. That's a good differential. Well, field goal percentage for our opponents, 46. Basically top 10. 3-point percentage for our opponents, 19. So we're playing some good, sound defense across the board. You look at differential, again, points, Warriors +3, field goals made +0.3, field goals attempted +0.34. We're shooting worse than our opponents, but across the board, mainly positives you can see here. I don't like our turnovers. We're giving up 2 more a game than we're getting. But the Warriors overall, folks, have done a pretty good job. And again, overachieved when you look at what Vegas thought about the Warriors and where we're at. Now the question is, can we handle ourselves against the Rockets? Can we handle ourselves against the Rockets? And I think we can. Give Mike Dunleavy Jr. credit. Steve Kerr, I see all the comments. He should go, get fired, etc., etc. But hey, at the end of the day, it's about winning. And the Warriors won enough games to get to the play-in, won the play-in to get to the playoffs, and now they get to go out and play Houston, which is a decent matchup for us. And if they win, the Lakers beat the Wolves, Steph, LeBron in the playoffs again, maybe for the last time. Warriors fans, comment your thoughts on what you think about the Warriors team, everything I broke down, and subscribe for all your Warriors news. We'll keep you updated on injuries, team reports, and more.